So this video is on Jong, standing meditation. This is a continuation from where we left off. So we have posture, we've got our breathing going. So now we're going to start cultivating the chi. Okay, and then later, when we start getting into Tai Chi, then we're circulating the chi through the body. Okay, so for Jong. First, you're going to want to have all those elements in place, the posture and breathing. Once you've got that, then we're going to move on. Then you can stand if you're not already standing. Feet together. Take a few moments to just relax. Breathe. Let all the worries go from your mind. Check your balance. Check to make sure the ankles are empty. Right? Wrists are empty. Waist is empty. And then you've got the shoulders heavy, the tailbone heavy, like that. Elbows heavy, but okay, we're gonna step out, shoulder width apart, moving the left foot over. Okay, you want to keep your knees bent. Now make sure that you're like when you bend your knees, make sure you're not bending your body like this, and also make sure that you're not bending your body like this too. What you want to do is just keep that string, and when you bend, you just sink straight down. Yeah, just sink straight down. There we go, sink. You can do this in front of a mirror too. If you've got some sort of a full-length mirror, something you can check your posture. Okay. Now, this part you can take as long as you like. Time doesn't matter, right? If you can't seem to get comfortable, maybe it's not a good idea to do Jong, at that point. Focus on the basics first, get them in place, and then you can move on. Okay, now we're going to let the arms float up just like this in front of you. Okay, and settle. Now from the side, it looks something like this. Yeah, looks like you're holding you're holding a tree or something like this. You want to make sure that your wrists and forearm are either flat or just maybe even a little bit bent. But that's going to be something that you can adjust and feel for yourself in the future. I would suggest, especially at the beginning, to just keep this flat, okay? Next part of this, you want a nice healthy curve in your arms and your fingers. And also in your legs. So really, your limbs should be nice and curved. You don't want them deficient, like this. And you don't want them excessive either. Somewhere right in the middle, a nice sweet spot, and you'll always be adjusting this. This is something you can't take for granted. Shoulders resting, right? You can also adjust how close or how far you want your fingertips to be from each other. And we're just going to get comfortable in this position. Now, you don't want to use muscle to do this. What you want is to maybe imagine that a string is suspending your wrists or your arms. Or they're floating upwards, yeah. Since this is the first time, we won't do it very long. We'll move on to the next posture. As you get comfortable, you can do this longer and longer. When you have a nice curve in your fingertips, arms, legs, then you get good circulation, good blood circulation, good energy circulation. And this is going to be very important later on when we start moving the energy, right? Moving the chi, they say. Okay, from here, we're going to lower slowly down. We're keeping the same trajectory, so I want you to see how this works. You see? It's all, no matter what we do, we're going to do this one next. We're following the circular pattern here, okay? Same curve of the arms and the fingertips. One more time from the side, just like this. Fingertips facing each other. Shoulders heavy, elbows heavy, but they're out to the side still, not tucked in like this. Okay. Knees light, ankles light. Head lifting, and everything else sinking. So it's kind of a relaxing position to be in compared to the last one. Okay. Now from here, a little bit closer. From here, we're going to raise up along that trajectory. And we're going to go about eye level. This might look a little bit over eye level to you, but that's because of the camera angle. I'm going to go from the side here. Something like this. You can check in the mirror. Okay, now for this one, I call this resting on the beach ball. And actually, the third emperor of China also called it resting on the beach ball. True story. Third emperor of China was very fond of hanging out at the beach and tanning. Okay, so again, this one might seem more difficult when you first start doing this kind of exercise. And actually, if you feel any shoulder pain, feel free to stop, or you can avoid this one altogether. You don't have to do this one. However, if it's just a matter of tension creeping into your shoulders, then you have to be extra conscious of that and let the tension go. When I first started practicing this, I found this one extremely difficult, and now I find it relaxing, actually. And it's all a matter of how you approach it. Yeah. Keep breathing. Okay, we'll do one more and call it quits for this session. I'll get a little bit more in depth on Jong next time I do a video. But for now, let's follow that trajectory down, right to where we're facing the tien. Okay, tien, in case you don't remember, is about 1.3 inches below the belly button, the navel. Okay. side trajectory or side perspective. Okay. Again, you can have your feet a little bit wider if you want, or a little bit closer, but generally just shoulder width is fine. And also just kind of a reminder, you don't want to, under normal conditions, you don't really want to have your feet splayed apart like this. That's opening all the channels in the front and closing them in the rear. And on the other hand, if you have your feet in like this, you're opening everything in the back and closing everything in the front. If you've got some sort of health reason for this, that's fine. But under normal conditions, you just have your feet facing straight forward. Okay, so we're back to Jong. Last posture we'll do for today. Okay, now from here, we want to pull back in to the center. Men, there'll be a left over right. Women, right over left. Okay, we're going to slowly, ever so slowly, pull back in toward the center. Really shouldn't be noticeable. Your movement should be so slow it's not even noticeable. Now, if you do this every day, then you'll notice after a while there gets to be some resistance when you pull back into your center. So you're kind of cultivating your chi, as they say, and then you're containing it once more. You're kind of preserving it. Otherwise, you disperse your chi. So we're still pulling in. Yeah, so I'll slip left over right. Now, if you don't do this exercise every day, or some sort of a qigong exercise, doesn't have to be this one. If you don't do it every day, you're really probably not going to see many results. It's just one of those things. You have to be consistent, diligent. You have to have a pretty decent understanding in order to really start to feel the effects. But eventually it will get to the point where you have quite a tough time pulling back into the center because your chi is grown so strong. Now, elbows in on the sides. Yeah. Take a few breaths. Feet together. Knees still slightly bent. Take a few breaths just to relax. Hands down at your sides. Now, you wouldn't do this last one, pulling in, if you're going to move on to Tai Chi, because you still want to have that energy so you can circulate, right? Okay, so that's it for today. That's as deep as I'll get on this one, and then next time I practice this, and then next time I'll add some more. Now, there's one last thing I wanted to say about this. There are 3 stages typically to Jong. The first stage is pain. It'll be quite difficult at first to hold these postures. Second step is fire. When you start to kind of open up all the blockages in your body, you really start to circulate that chi, your body will get really hot. And actually, when I first got to this stage, one arm would be really hot, the other arm would be really cold, like this. So it kind of shows an imbalance within the body, but the chi circulating is working on clearing all that. The last step is boredom, which is actually quite a difficult step indeed. So it's just kind of the consistency that you need to keep going. Like you don't have the struggles that you do at the beginning anymore. But if you keep with it, then you really start to grow some serious power. Okay, so all right, that's it. Ciao.